So friends, this is Vijay Shukla, Principal Consultant and Trainer at QBI Institute. We will very shortly start with the session on how one can plan his relocation to Germany and how one can build a successful career out there. So there are very many opportunities available in Germany for a software professional, for a business analyst, or for an information technology professional. So Nimesh, so there are a few individuals who would not have attended the QBI program. So for their benefit, you can even share. Yeah, over to you.
Hello friends, thank you so much for joining. As sir has already given my introduction, so I think I'm very much a part of the group, but I'm not very active in WhatsApp or Facebook or any kind of social media. I'm really sorry about it, but anyways, I mean, and moreover, my work is also very lengthy and very hectic, so cannot concentrate much on that part of it. But yes, I believe everyone, I mean, whoever is in job or whoever is looking for a job or anything, like everyone has got the aspirations to travel abroad, whether through the company or maybe beyond the company limits, maybe on a personal basis. Okay, so my topic is a very special one today because I also had an aspiration to work abroad. Eventually I got this aspiration because from my company I traveled to UK. So it was really a wonderful experience working with the client in UK, and their the kind of job experience I had, with the work experience I have, their work culture. It is fantastic. It is very good in terms of like your professional personal life balance. So that is the time when I came back, I decided no, it is good to shift there for a few years. But definitely, I would say to live. Yeah, it is always good to live in a developed country, but when I came back to India, I decided I'll travel to Germany for a few years. Why Germany? Because Germany has come up with one of the specific job profiles, and they are in fact inviting people from all across the world, not only from India. They are looking for the aspirants who are willing to work in their place, because they are high, as we know, they are very high in economy, but in terms of population they are little less, and they are looking for lots of applicants and immigrants who can travel and work with them and support their them building their economy. Okay, so this is a special session, maybe not very subjective, but yes, this session is going to be very useful for all of you. I am hoping that most of you know, I mean, or some of you may know about this process, what I'm going to discuss now. But still, if you have any questions, because I've done lots of research on this, I have been applying, but eventually I just could not travel because I had few personal commitments. So that is the reason I did not travel. But the other day when I was talking to sir, he, I mean, we had a common discussion, and we decided I can share a few of my updates. What are the different ways where we can travel to Germany, and why only Germany? Why not anywhere else? Okay, because so let's get on with our first this one, first slide. Can everyone see my screen clearly, and everyone can hear me? Anyone facing any issues in terms of hearing me?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly and we can also see your screen, and others may also confirm.
Yeah, it's visible.
So
Yeah, it's
okay, perfect. Perfect. Then we'll get started. Okay. So this is my first slide. Okay, so the job opportunities in Germany. The agenda for today will be not very huge one, but it's a very, I don't think so should take more than 30 minutes unless there are multiple questions. You can ask me, I give you liberty to ask me any sort of questions. Okay, no question is anything which, I mean, even if it's the silliest of question, I appreciate if you ask me, I can answer probably every question of yours. Okay, so please make use of this session. This is really going to help you, especially for the people who doesn't know about how to apply for the job in Germany. Okay, like if you go to any consultancies, okay, like YXS or Kansas, or there are many consultancies who are like into immigrating people from India to many countries. Okay, so the most common of them were like people normally take PR for Canada, and then they take PR for Australia. Okay, these are the most common. If you work in any company, probably you will have more aspirations to go to US. Okay, but US directly doesn't give any PR. The only two countries which were offering PRs were Canada and Australia, which was like it takes around 1.5 years, and that was the most easy way to get PR. Okay, and like you have to appear for some IELTS exam and lots of formalities are there, but it's okay anyway. 1.5 years you spend and you will be able to travel. But Germany currently has come up with a very specific kind of opportunity where you all can travel in a very quick time, spending not a very big amount. Okay, so the amount you need to spend is not very huge. Okay, now the agenda for today will be the type of visa, what is this visa and why they came up with this visa. Second thing, the eligibility criteria that you need to have to obtain this visa. Okay, now how to get the visa. Okay, visa requirements and the documentation, and then how do you apply. Okay, I'll go to my next slide. I hope it's visible to you. Now the type of visa is German job seeker visa. So whenever you're applying for a visa, okay, it will be job seeker visa. Okay, so mainly what is happening when you Germany, what they are giving the opportunity to travel to their nation, and then you can look for the job. So they are giving you the bandwidth of 6 months where you can drop into their country with this visa, and then you can start looking for the job. More or less, there are very bleak chances that if you live for 6 months and you don't get a job there, because we have good job opportunities, especially for IT sectors. And when we talk about IT sectors, it is like, and especially for your profile, I think most of you are looking for a BA profile. BA profile is very prominent in Germany, not only in Germany, anywhere in the world. In fact, abroad we have more value for BAs. Okay, so like if you're applying for BA profile or maybe any project manager profile or any senior profile, this is one of the best visa and the simplest of visa which you can apply, and you can travel to Germany within 3 to 4 months. Okay, now as I've written what and why, if you have aspirations to work in Germany, here is an opportunity. Considering the higher growth and with the decline in unemployment, it's an initiative from a German federal government to encourage qualified and skilled immigrants with German JSV, I've written short form of job seeker visa, JSV, long-term residency permit that provides you with the possibility to stay in the country for 6 months and look for a job. With this visa, a skilled worker can enter the country and access German job market. Okay. Now there are different criteria: eligibility, proper documentation, application, filling the application form, and visa appointment booking. These are the only 4 things you have to do, and which is very simple. I mean, there's no complications at all. Okay, any confusions over here as per now, or any questions you have with respect to the first slide?
No questions.
Okay, perfect. So any one of you know about this job seeker visa? Any idea? Or has anyone from your family or you have applied for it before or no? Okay, silence means no. I'll proceed. Okay, now the eligibility criteria. First thing, you should be at least 18 years of age to apply for this visa. Second thing, you should have a bachelor's or master's degree from either from German university or any equivalent university. So most of the Indian universities are eligible. Okay, it will suffice your eligibility criteria, should not be a problem. Now, there is a catch here. When I started looking for job there, it says minimum 5 years of work experience. Yes, whenever if you say be in computer science or be in electronics and communication or anything, okay, so you should have at least 5 years of work experience in IT field. If you've done in anything related to IT field, if your master's degree or bachelor's degree, you should have at least 5 years of experience. I know few of my friends or even my cousin is in Germany, but they also gave me a feedback that they had a very tough time looking for a job. My cousin he had only 2 years of experience, so for a lower profile, it's a little difficult to get into a job. But yes, they prefer people with a higher level of experience. So that is minimum 5 years of experience, and the job profiles are also very good, and the amount you get, you're highly salaried. So one of my friend recently shifted there. She has joined Volkswagen, and she has only 6 years of experience, and she's getting paid with around 60,000 euros. Okay, and a euro is around 82 rupees currently, so that's a very good amount. Okay, so that is one major bonus. So if you have 5+ years of experience, it is a boon for you. If you have less than 5 years of experience, if you're a youngster, Germany is not the place for you. I mean, this is a major catch. I have not written anywhere in or Australia. If you are young and if you're like looking forward to study, or maybe if you want to work on as a fresher, or maybe less than 5 years of experience, Canada and Australia are the best place for you. Germany, it will not suit you that much. Okay. Now, apart from that, one more eligibility criteria: you should have sufficient funds. There is some amount of funding that you need to show in your bank balance, which is close to around 4,000 euros. Okay, which says, which is approximately around 3 lakh rupees, 3 to 3.5 lakh rupees. Okay, but logically, they say it's better if you have around 5 to 5 lakh rupees. Because why you have to show this one? Because when you're traveling for 6 months, okay, how do you survive? So that eligibility criteria, you have to show that I have enough funds in my bank. Okay, and with this one, I'll be able to survive for 6 months if in case I don't get a job. Any confusions here, or any questions you have?
Hi, Dinesh, on the side.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
So my question is around the eligibility criteria, point number 2. Like, could you just elaborate more about other equivalent foreign degree?
When you say other equivalent, I'm talking from German consulate point of view. So either you have German degree or foreign degree. Foreign can be India, it can be US, it can be anywhere else in the world.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So I'm not written this as an Indian, but I've written as a German consulate. What is their criteria? This is German criteria. You have a bachelor's or master's degree from German university or from any foreign country. That could be India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or US, or anywhere, Australia, anything. Okay, so any equivalent degree you should have.
Makes sense. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nimesh, I have one question. So, is there any governing body through which I need to validate those degree? Is it also in the process? Any information
No,
about that? Do we need to validate?
Yeah, let me tell you. See, I have applied through a consultancy. Okay, there are lots of consultancies who are doing this. If you're not going through a consultancy, you can write a mail to German consulate. You can share your degree, okay, and you can say I have completed my this degree from this particular college or university. Okay, can you please confirm whether this is am I eligible for this or not? Okay, so you will get an information. You will get a mail from them saying that you are eligible or not. So that confirms.
Okay. And is there any maximum age criteria?
No. I mean, see, if you are, believe me, if you are less than 30, you have little less chance, okay, of getting through the eligibility criteria. And if you are 30 plus, you have more chances. So they currently the situation is they prefer people with higher profile. Okay. So like I have applied for a project management role, and maybe I'm working currently as a release manager and senior safe scrum master. So I've applied for these two roles. But the more technical you are, the better it will be. For one more reason, why? Because see, German language is compulsory when you talk about shifting to Germany. Okay. Uh, but if you're in IT field and you don't have uh, a job where you have more interactions, suppose if you're working as a marketing, if you're into marketing and if you want to apply for a job, then you will have to talk a lot. Talk a lot in the sense your total business works on communication. Okay, so where you have to communicate more, in that case, the language becomes a compulsory or mandatory criteria for
Okay.
you. But as an IT professional, it's not mandatory, but it is you can get better offers if you know German well. Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
German has
Nimesh, can I ask few questions on behalf of the audience?
yes, please, sir.
Yeah. So one thing is, let us say, I believe you may cover this even in the coming slides. Let us say one gets a job seeker visa. Is there a fixed duration for which one can work in Germany? What is the visa duration once one gets a job? Can I work there for 3 years, 5 years, or eternity?
Sir, the question is for me.
Yeah, this question is for you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
once,
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Sorry, I didn't get
so
clear.
I'll complete my question. Let us say if I get a job seeker visa for Germany and I land up there
Okay.
and I get a job, for how many years
Mhm.
can I work there?
Sir, you can. I have covered it. In my later slides. But yeah, let me answer your question. See, if you get a job seeker visa, your job seeker visa is valid only for 6 months, nothing beyond that. So suppose after 2 months or 3 months you get into a job, okay, or maybe after 1 month you get into a job, that job seeker visa will be converted into your work permit. Okay. So for
Yeah.
that you don't have to come back to India. You can apply from there only. It will get converted into work permit. Now that work permit is valid for 5 years.
Okay. So that answers my
And
question.
not to,
5 years is
yeah,
a good enough time. This
yeah,
is one
and
thing.
not
My second question is, uh, because business analysts have to communicate with the client, and
mm,
client communication is on a higher side. mm,
yes.
Do they expect that one should be proficient and conversant in German language?
The answer to this is, see, wherever you need more communication, definitely they expect you to know German at least A1 and A2. German language has different criteria, so different segments. So German A1 and A2 you should know. That is the bare minimum. That is bare minimum for anyone who is traveling. Okay, because see, suppose if you go to cities like Frankfurt, or if you go to Berlin or Munich, there you can still manage with English. But if you get a job in some countryside location or any highland location, or maybe any other remote location, there without language it is very difficult to survive. That is the feedback I've got from my known people who are in Germany. Okay,
Okay.
so places like Berlin, yes, but definitely when you have when your profile is more of a communication kind of, there definitely we need to have German language at least till B2, A1, A2, B1, B2. Okay, so that takes around minimum 3 to 4 months to learn.
Okay, but once you see, the upside is also high, because as you have mentioned, salaries are quite high out there,
Yes,
and we can save a substantial amount.
yes.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I have one question, Nimesh. So, suppose I landed there, I got a job within 6 months. So, can I also apply for PR to become a citizen of that of Germany?
Not immediately. Okay, you need to work for at least 33 months. Okay, and if you're
43.
working 33 months, that is
Okay.
little less than 3 years. Okay,
Okay.
so you have to work for 33 months. After that, you can apply for the job. And not only that, once you get your work permit, okay, you have a very good option that you can work in any of the Schengen countries. Okay, but you have to compulsorily start your job in Germany. Okay, once you get your job, once you get a work permit, if you work for 6 months, okay, after that you can apply for any other job in any other Schengen country. We have around 28 Schengen countries. Okay, you can apply for job anywhere apart from Germany. Okay, but in that case you will not be eligible for PR. Yeah, in that case you will be eligible for after 33 months for the PR. Okay, so before that they won't give you PR.
Hi
Yeah,
Nimish, I
but
have one
see,
question. Bhavya here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you mentioned that you have applied for a project management job there, and
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you applied the job seeker visa as well, right? So what
Yes,
is the best advisable practice, as in to apply first for a job there and then apply for a job seeker visa, or they don't entertain you until you have the job seeker visa?
I will come to that. Once I discuss my later slide, you will get to know.
Okay,
See,
okay.
it has to go parallelly. Okay. When I discuss on the documentation part, I will cover that. Okay. So as of now, just understand that both has to go parallelly.
Okay, sure.
Okay. 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 I'm moving to the next slide. Now, how to get a visa? Okay. So there's something called processing time. So for getting job, Germany job seeker visa, nearly German consulate, they have said 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, just for getting visa. That is post appointment. Okay, so once your appointment is done, you have given visa interview. Okay, then you come back within 4 to 6 months, you will get your visa. Now, when you go to apply for a visa, when you go to the link and you want to apply for visa, you will get 2 options. Okay, so there's something called this job seeker visa. The biggest challenge you face is taking an appointment. So for that, they have fixed a particular timing. So maybe in every Mondays or Wednesdays that you need to check. Okay, it varies from time to time, and you have to get up from Indian Standard Time. You have to get up early morning at around 4 o'clock. So the window opens between 4 to 4:30. Within that time, you have to look for the appointment and book it. Getting appointment is the biggest challenge which you will face. In this documentation and all are very simple. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, but the biggest challenge you face is getting appointments. You have to get up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, wait for the window to open. As soon as the window opens, within 10 minutes, the appointments are gone. Okay. So that, and second thing, when you go to the appointment link, you will get 2 options. One is Schengen visa, one is national visa. So as you can see in the steps, I have written in bold, select national visa. So you have if you want to apply for JSV, you have to select national visa and not Schengen visa. Schengen visa is given only when you are applying for visa through any company. Like if I want to travel from IBM to any Schengen country, then I apply for Schengen visa. Okay, but this visa you are going to apply privately. Okay, so this is called national visa. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, when we see steps, complete the job seeker visa application form, which is very simple, not very complicated, and you have to sign it and take the printout and keep it with you. Then book an appointment with German consulate in or nearby city. So this is the first thing which you have to do: book an appointment. And when you book an appointment, you will get appointment on I think not within 2 months. Okay, so you will from appointment from the day you take appointment, at least 2 to 3 months, anything between 2 to 3 months it takes to get an appointment, because there are lots of people who are applying already. But as per the current situation, COVID-19, when the appointment windows are not open. Okay, maybe one is when it is open, I can probably inform sir, because a few of my friends are already applying and they're already looking for the visa appointments, but they're not getting it. Okay, third thing is gather all the documentation and arrange as per the checklist. Okay, I will discuss the documentation later in the later slides. Then attend interview at the German consulate office. Pay the German job seeking visa fees of 75 euros at the German consulate office and obtain a receipt. Okay, so this 75 euros, this will come to close to around 6,000 rupees. So it is better if you take a demand draft and submit it there. Sometimes and also while you're going there, it's a hint that it is very much advisable you carry cash as well. Sometimes they don't accept demand draft. So they will ask you to give, because the euro rates will be changing. So the time you make the, suppose I make my demand draft today, okay, at 75 euros. So current value is 6,000. Okay, but by the time I go there, after 2 days, the value changes from 6,100 or maybe 5,900. In that case, they will ask you to give in cash. Okay, so while you're going there, keep that in mind, because if you give them demand draft, they will not return you any change, or if there is, or they will not accept anything which is extra. Okay, so it is advisable to take the draft and also carry the cash with you. This is a situation which I faced when I went for my interview. Okay, so any questions in terms of this slide? I think this is self-explanatory, but still, if you have anything, feel free to ask.
Yeah, one question. Can you give a range figure, like for this visa, how much cost is there, like from initial till the end? Any range figure?
See, I mean, you mean to ask how much you are going to spend to get this visa?
Yeah, total expenditure, right?
Yes. See, if you want to go through a consultancy will prepare your documentation. They will get appointment for you, and for whatever process they have, process list, they will do everything. They might charge you anything between 30 to 50,000. Okay, it starts from 30,000 and maybe maximum 50,000. There are few consultancies who are giving you job assistance services also, like YXS. Okay, they give you, I mean, they charge you processing fees plus job assistance service. In fact, I'm going through YXS, so I've paid around 75,000 in total. Okay, nothing beyond that, and plus this 75 euros. This one I paid to German consulate. This I don't pay to the consultancy. Okay, and I have created this slide because this entire process is not very complicated. I am not charging anything for this. Okay, and
Yeah.
okay, so this is just a guidance. There is just a guidance to all where you can save your amount. Okay, why to pay 30,000 where the process is very simple. Okay, it is not very complicated. Okay, most of the things I've covered here. Maybe if anything is missed, you can go through the website. It is very clearly given everything. Okay, but
So Nimesh, you see, you are kind enough to waive off your fee, but here is your trainer Vijay Shukla, who is not that kind. So don't worry, I'll charge each of them as and when they travel to Germany. They have to give me a fee.
Okay, that is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fair enough. If anyone gets job in Germany, they'll be highly paid. So this will be hardly anything for them. Anyone can afford any money here.
Yeah.
So yeah, but definitely if you go through a consultancy, you will end up paying minimum 30,000 for all this processing. Okay, what I'm telling you now.
But Nimesh, please tell me, can we plan everything on our own? Is that possible, or do we need a consulting company for this?
So see, sir, like my job profile is very difficult. I don't get much time. Okay, and I want everything in place. So that's the reason I chose a consultancy where he's doing all the groundwork for me. Okay, but if someone has time, okay, and if he can invest time, see, after getting job appointment, visa appointment, there's not much of documentation. It's a very simple documentation which you can prepare on your own. Nothing to worry. Yeah, with respect to job assistance services, okay, there are certain, that is the plus point of.
You see, once you get the visa, at least for our batch of business analyst students who have taken training at QBI, I think they will be at ease to find a job. In any case, I am there for them.
Yes, sir, definitely. Yeah, so it is not a very complicated thing. It's a very simple thing. So you can reach to, if you go to, now see, Google is so helpful. If you go to Google and if you look for companies in Germany, okay, you can directly go to their website and you can write letter to their HR and whatever. And see, main thing is documentation. Documentation is very simple. It is not complicated. You don't have to receive anything from anywhere, neither you have to send anything to anywhere. Okay, you just have to keep all the documents ready, go to the consulate. Yeah, the major thing you face is your job interview. A little complicated. Okay, it is not very simple. They ask you lots of questions. I have not shared the list of questions. Maybe after this meeting, if we have time, I'll share the list of questions with you. what was asked from me. I have a list of 19 questions which were asked from me. I've made a list of it. I'll search and I'll share it right away.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Any questions from this slide? Okay. Moving on to the next slide, I have the document checklist here. Okay. Now the first one is completed filled German job seeker visa form, application form. Okay. So this is the first thing. And whatever series I've given it should be in the same series. So first thing what you should have a cover letter, which I've not mentioned here. That should have been the first one. Wait, I'll just add it here. Okay, sorry. Okay, the first one should be cover letter. So cover letter includes, okay, what are you applying for, why you are applying for, and I can give you a sample. I'll share with sir sample after some time, or maybe today or tomorrow. Okay, and in the cover letter, in which sequence all the documents are kept. So suppose if you're following this sequence the way you see it here, okay, so you write the sequence. So I've got, so the first thing you give to them is the cover letter. They will see cover letter and they'll demand you the document one by one as it is written in the cover letter. So it is better to keep in one sequence. You can follow any checklist of any sequence of your own, but make sure whatever you have given in cover letter, it should be in the same sequence. So the first thing is German job seeker visa application form, valid passport. Okay, passport you have to take original when you're going there. Okay, then a copy of passport data page, that is the first page and the last page. Okay, and passport originally you have to carry. Then 3 passport photos. Photo should be of the German visa. German. If you go to the photo studio, you have to tell them, I want a German visa photo. So that also has. I've not written it. I forgot to write it here. What should be the dimension that you can go? You can go to any studio. They can and tell them, I want German visa photograph. They'll click and they'll give it to you. Okay, that will be German visa format. Then your cover letter should have been on the top. Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry, this cover letter is separate. This cover letter and CV, they should complement each other. Your CV is your actual resume. Cover letter is what actually you are and what actually you are looking for. Okay, that should be covered as a part of your cover letter. Okay, and then the academic qualification document. So that means your 10th, 12th, and engineering documents. And please carry your original bachelor's degree or master's degree, whichever is your last degree. Please carry the originals also with you. Sometimes they ask you for the original degree, but they will return you later. Okay, so I have not written carry original, but yes, please make sure you carry the originals with you. Okay, your last degree. Okay, then proof of accommodation. Yes, now these are a few tricky items. Whenever you're going, see, whenever you have you go for the interview, you have to tell them when are you planning. They will ask you as one of the interview questions. They will ask you, when are you planning to travel? Okay, so suppose you suppose today is my interview, so I am planning to travel after 3 months, because I have to make sure I am working for a company, and if I ask for the release, IBM will not give me release 3 months before. So accordingly I have to plan my journey. So I will tell them I'm planning as soon as possible, but they will ask you for the date. Okay, so you can tell, so like today it is 29th June, I will say maybe October 1st. Okay, or October 2nd week, 1st week, whatever, some date you can give, 3 months from the time. Okay, so accordingly, when your visa is stamped, the similar date will be stamped from there. So if you give state from, visa date from, suppose if they ask me, if I tell I want to travel in July, okay, my visa will come stamped for July, but I will not be able to travel. So that 2 months is wasted for me, right? So that is the reason we have to be very particular. We have to go with these information. Okay, like proof of accommodation. So there is one website where you can go and you can book an accommodation. They will ask you credit card details. You can give the credit card details, but they will not deduct any money. Okay, I can give you that link later. Okay, they will. It's hotels.com or some website is there. There you can go. You can select whichever possible, whichever is the minimum amount accommodation. You can select that, enter your credit card details, and block it. Okay, and that printout you have to take, that you have proof of as a proof of accommodation that I have booked from, and you have to book it for 6 months. Now in UK or Europe, they will not deduct any money from your credit card until you travel or until you visit, or if the day is passed. Suppose if I booked for 2nd of October, okay, and I don't travel and I forgot to cancel it, then immediately the amount will be deducted. Okay, so if you're not traveling on 2nd of October and if you're not traveling to that place, once you get your passport, you can cancel that. Okay, so there will be no movement from your credit card. Got it? Now, proof of health insurance for the stay duration. Okay, so this is not mandatory. Okay, this they don't expect that you give it the health insurance now, but yes, when you've got your visa, when you're planning to travel, you will have to take an insurance and then travel. Okay, at this point of time, till you get your, if they ask you for this, till that time you tell I don't have a passport, I cannot apply for any health insurance forms until I get my visa stamped. Okay. Now the next one is mail confirmation. Sorry. Next one is mail confirmation from the employers. This is a very important point. Now, once you have taken appointment, okay. Now, suppose if your appointment date is 2nd of September, 1 month back you start applying for jobs. Okay. Pull out all the details from Google or whichever companies are there in Germany or whichever consultancies are there in Germany. You start sending your profile to them. Okay, so you will have to send your cover letter and you will have to send your updated CV. Okay, you can and in the statement you can say I am looking for the job for such and such. So all the details will be given in your cover letter. Okay, so once company or consultancy receives your cover letter, the first thing they say is cover letter, what exactly you're looking for, and then what exactly you are. That is covered in your CV. Okay, so so once you send these two things, you will be getting responses from their companies. So till you have your visa, most of the responses will be negative. Okay, but there will be few responses like we have selected your CV, okay, and we are looking into it. Okay, we'll get back to you on this profile. Okay, or otherwise there will be some responses like no, we don't have any requirement for your profile. Your profile is we regret that we are not able to process your profile. Okay, so those responses you can leave, but there will be few positive responses. This is just to show that the job, that is the position that you're applying, that position is applicable, and the job opportunity that you're looking for, that is applicable to German market. Okay, suppose if I am looking for a business analyst, I know that everyone knows business analyst or project management job is available there in Germany. Okay, but I have to show them some proof. So I can show, yes, I have been looking for jobs from last 1 month. I've been applying it, and these are few of the responses that I've got from German consulate. So pick up around 5 to 10 responses and go with it. 5 to 10 positive responses, maybe so-called positive responses, and that should be covered as a part of your document. If you don't go with these documents or these mail confirmations, okay, they will tell what is the proof that you already applied for job there, and you will not have any proof. They will tell, okay, do one thing, take one more appointment and come again. They will tell, I will not reject it, but yes, take another appointment and come back again. Okay, you might get such kind of response. So there will be no rejection, but again, yes, again, it's a huge process, taking an appointment and then coming back up again. So you will be delayed by 2 or 3 months, 2 to 3 months, right? Now, next is proof of financial resources. Bank statement, as I already discussed. Sorry. Bank statement is something like which you need to present. Okay, in last 6 months, your transactions, your bank statement, and yeah, one more thing: when you're looking for job in Germany, make sure you don't quit your job and go to Germany here. Until you get a job, don't quit your job here. Okay, because when they are interviewing you, they will make sure that you are currently working. You're not idle. Okay, and bank statement is mainly from to see whether you have enough funds to contain in Germany. Okay, so that you can survive in Germany for the next 6 months. Second point is a sponsorship letter from the sponsor. Okay, so that is okay. And then block bank account. So this is also not mandatory. So main is bank statement, and your sponsorship letter is nothing but you can show your payslip. Last 3 months payslip you can show. Okay. Okay. If anyone is sponsoring you, suppose if you don't have enough, if you're a fresher and you don't, as a fresher, you will not have enough funds, then who is sponsoring you? Okay, so you can say your father is sponsoring you, then you have to prove what is your father. Your father is capable enough to sponsor you for 6 months. If you go here that he is working with on a high profile, that's something, and like you can add from your side. Okay, so don't show You have to show that you are you are from a well-off family and you can survive for next 6 months, and my father is going to sponsorship. So someone has to give a sponsorship letter. So maybe your father or anyone else if is sponsoring you. Okay. Otherwise, the best way is keep that money in your bank. And the last one is DD or cash, as I already explained. 75 euros DD or cash you can carry. Okay. So any clarifications or questions on these points? Now, there are a few other relevant informations can I extend the Germany job seeker visa? The answer is no. The German job seeker visa cannot be extended. This means if you're unable to find work during the time your visa is valid for 6 months, you will have to return to your home country. Okay, and then again you can probably reapply for visa. Second point is if you're able to find work in Germany during the time you spent here on your job seeker visa, you will not be required to return home and apply for a working visa, okay, or resident permit, because you can do this in Germany. Okay, so you can apply for work permit from there only. You need not come back if you've got it. Okay, the next point, blue card. To get an Euro blue card, you need to have an employment offer of 44,800 euros per annum salary, or at least 34,944 euros salary per annum in the. Okay. The second point is you can directly apply for the permanent resident permit in Germany by 33 months on your blue card. See, blue card you can apply for the blue card immediately. This your company will only give. Okay, if your salary is good enough, you can after 3 months, once your probation period is over, you can immediately apply for the blue card. Okay, and once you get blue card, you can apply for your PR after 33 months. Now, by proving German language skills, you can get the same in 21 months. Okay, you can get permanent resident in 21 months. Okay, if you are if you gain expertise in German language. Okay, and then next is apply for employment resident permit. In this kind of permit, mostly the employer will sponsor you, or else you can also do it on your own. After 5 years, you can apply for permanent residence permit. And along with this, you get your family members by family reunion long-term visa, but you and your family members have to fulfill the requirements for it. Okay, now if you are married, there are a few things. I think that is all I have. Now there are few constraints, like you and your wife, both of you want to travel and both of you want to work. Both can apply separately for the visa, or else one can apply for the visa and your wife can go as a dependent. Okay, but till you have job seeker visa, you will not be able to take your wife there. Okay, once you get your work permit, then probably she can come as a dependent. Yes, sir. I think I've completed all my slides. Yeah, and the few information which I wanted to add regarding carrying your spouse there. Okay, if both of you are together applying for a JSV, that is good enough. Both of you can travel together. Or else, if only one person is applying for JSV and second one wants, and the wife or husband wants to go as a dependent, that is also possible. But until you have job seeker visa, you will not be able to take your spouse as a dependent. So once you get your work permit, then you can apply for the dependent visa.
So while on a job seeker visa, can the spouse travel alongside the partner?
Yes, spouse can travel, but on a tourist visa, not on a visa, and you will have to bear the cost.
Okay, that is good enough. And what are typical, you see, airfares to Germany and the typical daily rate which one has to spend if someone has to plan for his or her own vacation stay?
If you go in summers, it will be very high too. If you go in tourist season, like if you go during Christmas, if you go during summers, it will be very high. Okay, but at this point of time, I cannot say during COVID-19, but it will be around 20-25,000, not more than that.
A round trip?
Round trip, same, sir, around 40,000, you can say, up and down.
Reasonable.
Yes. One more thing, see, there currently, frankly speaking, I am applying from Bangalore itself for the job. Since because of this COVID-19, I have already got my visa, but I'm not able to travel because we don't have flights from here. But sorry, I think I've shared my CV with you, sir. I've mentioned it there that I'm available to work from home if I get an appointment. Okay, so
No,
this
I
is a
will
special
connect you.
scenario.
You see, I have several of my classmates out there, as I have mentioned to you on phone. They are German residents, so I'll connect you with them on a one-on-one
Yeah.
basis. At least 3 of them.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you for that, sir.
And you see, I can even tell you a few QBI students are also located there, so I'll connect you with them also.
Okay. Let me share my CV and cover letter. I'll show you how it should be. Okay.
So friends, this is the power of QBI.
Yeah, I know that, sir, very well. Since I'm associated with QBI from last 2 years, so I'm seeing the continuous flow of the kind of valuable messages and all. Just that I'm little too lazy to respond to messages because of my hectic schedules. You know that very well.
But
Okay,
our network has now grown so big and so strong.
I understand, sir, that very well.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I think you can see my screen. So I have mentioned here that currently I'm holding German job seeker visa. Okay, so since I have got this, that is why I have all this information. Okay, and I had few struggles in getting some visa also. So I've shared all my struggles with you. Okay, whatever I had. So if there is any issue or any clarification regarding job seeker visa, I think I can answer all possible questions. Okay, with respect to this. Okay. Now the cover letter which goes with whenever you are reaching out to any consultancies or any employers, the cover letter and the resume that you need to share should be something like this. So cover letter basically says what do you want, and cover and your CV says what you are, okay, or what you're currently working as. So here I've written like what I'm currently working and what are the profiles that I'm currently looking into. Okay, so I have. I'm working as a release manager. I'm looking for a profile as a release manager and Safe Scrum Master plus DevOps engineer. Okay, I'm currently working in multiple domains here. I mean, multiple profiles. So I've just completed my AWS associate certification, and I'm planning to switch my profile into a little more technical field. Okay, and here is the briefing of what exactly. See, these all explanations you cannot give in CV because CV should be as precise as possible. Okay, so that is the reason we create currently what I'm working on, a brief outline of my experience. Okay, and when I was at client place, what did I do, and before, like what all things I've worked as. I have performed multiple roles of being as a business analyst and here and function point analyst and project management. Okay, so all these things I've covered. Okay, anything specific that I'm looking in the current situation, this I mentioned here. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has paved the way for the paradigm shift. It permits the workforce to have the access to remotely across the globe. In the said context, I would like to ensure that I'm available to work remotely and have been delivering equally efficient results in my current work from the home profile in terms of. So I've just tried to convey that if at all I'm selected or if you select my profile, I'm ready to work from home. I'm ready to support from here in India till everything settles down from this COVID-19 perspective and the government, whatever decision they take in terms of travel. Now the next one is my CV. Okay, so my CV has my name, my address, and here also, like I mentioned, currently I'm holding. So this you can mention only once you've got your visa. But before that, apart from this, you can have the other thing. So maybe you can choose there are lots of sites which are doing resume building for you. Ideally, keep the resume as precise as possible. I've tried to keep very precise, but I had lots of things to add, so it became 4 pages. But 4 pages normally it's not very ideal for if you have around 4 to 5 years experience. Ideally, you can have maximum 2 pages of resume. Don't go beyond that. Okay, but I just could not manage in 2 pages all the profiles whatever I wanted. Whatever I have done, I just could not manage in 2 pages, so it went on up to 4 pages. Okay, so this is how the CV should be. Okay, and one more thing I said, right? Questions. Questions where I've written.
Nimesh, can I ask one question?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, my question is this: some of the individuals in the audience may not have 5 years work experience.
Okay.
However, they may
Okay.
be completing the same in, let us say, another year or two time. So, is there any specific window in which one has to apply for the job seekers visa, or is it anticipated that this policy is going to remain there for Germany for a little more
No,
time?
sir. No, sir. It is not mandatory. See, whatever eligibility criteria I've given, it is not mandatory. But yes, you see, even if you get visa, you will have little tough times looking for jobs if you have less than 5 years of experience. That is what
No,
I
that
mentioned. In
yeah,
fact,
yeah,
one of my cousin, he went even with 2 years of experience. He had to struggle a lot to get into job. I mean, he closely 4 to 5 months he struggled, and he said, yes, bhaiya, there is a struggle for job. मतलब इतना जल्दी जॉब नहीं लगता है वहाँ पे, थोड़ा मतलब एक्सपीरियंस लेवल पे बोला आप लोग आएंगे तो तुरंत तुरंत जॉब लग जाएगा, उतना
okay,
दिक्कत
that
नहीं
is
है.
fine. My question is,
हाँ.
let us say if someone plans to take up a job seekers visa, let us say a year from now or 18 months from now, is it anticipated that this policy or this window for to obtain job seekers visa will be there, or this
So,
window may get closed also?
it depends upon the requirements. So currently, Germany is hiring lots of people. Now, if they shut down with the requirement, we cannot. Okay, so that will be updated in the if you that is one of the profit if you go through consultancies, because they will have daily updates. Otherwise, you will have to visit websites and you will get to know like currently what the situation is. Okay. See, if you go through the websites, you will not get the exact information. They will never say that we are closed. Right.
In any
They will
case, you
never
see, this is a policy matter for German government.
Yes. This is all from German government. I have German secular government. I've mentioned it also in my slide somewhere. Okay, it is through a German consulate.
Okay, so there are
Okay,
these
so
19 questions.
Yes, these are the 19 questions. First thing is, what is your profile, who you are, or simple language, tell me something about yourself. Okay. Then, why do you want to go to Germany? Okay. So when they asked me, I said, look, I had a chance to work in UK, and we have a similar environment to work in Germany. And I, in fact, wanted to continue to work in UK, but we did not have facility. I got to know from one of my friend that he also applied for German visa, and I always had aspirations to work for Europe, which because it's a developed country and it is very high on economy, so it's a opportunity for me to work for such countries, work in such countries who are going in terms of economy and other things. That way, I can see my growth very well. So something like this you can answer. Okay. Now the second is, how did or will you explore or approach for job? Okay, so this you can tell through Google or and I've got to know lots of consultancies and companies where I've applied for job. Okay, and quite a few of my friends are already working there. I've approached through them as well. Okay, this is where they will ask you the proof that whether your profile is applicable there or not. So you can show the list of documents, the mail responses. Okay, these are the places I applied for a job, and these are the places from where I've got some positive responses. So they will ask from when you have been applying for job. So you can say I've been applying for the job from last 1 month or so, like whenever you started. So as and when I got the appointment, I started applying for job. But since I still don't have any visa, so I was not getting very positive. But these are the few places where my profile was selected, but just that I don't have visa, so things did not proceed. Okay, and the next one is which visa you are applying for and why. So we are applying for job seeking visa because I'm applying for the job. I have aspirations to work in Germany and I'm applying for job in Germany. So this is the best opportunity. One of my friends suggested because he also applied for the same and he has got job there in Germany. Okay. The next one is, do you know or intend to know German? This you can say. You can talk the truth. You can say, when they ask me, I told I don't know German. I'm not very fluent in Germany, but I've joined institute where I've started learning. So maybe by the time I get my visa, I should be proficient with A1 and A2 at least. And by the time I'm ready for interviews, I will be proficient in A1 and A2. Now, what is your source of income? You can say currently I'm salaried. Okay. How do you? So the money you have in bank is yours or borrowed, or any other source of income apart from salary. So I had the money in the bank. I told I have my own money in the bank, and in terms of support also I have good support because my father is working with the national government at higher post. So money, we don't have any money crunch kind of thing. So this is how I told. Are you planning to take a family now? So you should say no, not now, because currently I'm working on, I'm going on job seeking visa, and Germany is, I mean, staying in Germany is not very cost effective. So currently I'm not in the position to take my family now. But yes, once I get my work permit, I'll definitely ask my family to join me there. If not taking family, then on whose behalf will you leave her here? So they asked me for my wife on whose behalf. So I told she can stay with my father in my native place. So I mean, there is no issue. My father is well off, and like he can take care of my wife till uh, till I get my job. Okay, who will take care of your existing property or assets? So the answer is my father. My father is here. He's taking care of all my assets and properties, and most of the things are in the name of me and my father, or me and my mother. How did you get to know about JSV? So this is okay through friends or through my other some office team members and all. Say anything. Do you know what is the living cost in Germany and how will you survive for the first few months? So you can say, yeah, it is minimum 600 to 800 euros living cost in Germany. So I've got sufficient money to survive for the first few months when I go there till I get my job. So I have got sufficient money so that I can survive for at least 6 months till my visa is valid. What is your current designation and what is your expectation? So current designation, like whatever you have, you can say, and the expectation is I'm looking on to uplift my career in the same field. How do you justify your profile is available in German market? How far you have done your research? So I think I've already given answer for this. Okay, so I've reached out to many consultancies or many companies. I've reached out to quite a few natives of India from my friends who are already there. Okay, so I've approached them as well, and I've got a list of all the consultancies and companies which are. So they can ask you to name few of the consultancies or companies. So remember at least 4 to 10 minutes if you couldn't, because most of the Indian companies are also there. Like you can say IBM, you can say Wipro, Bosch, lots of other companies, Volkswagen, Mercedes, okay, BMW, whatever. Okay, who prepared documents for you? Never, even if you're going through consultancy, never say I have gone through consultancy. Never take the name of the consultancy. Okay, so you can say I have. I mean, the documents that I prepared is based on the link based on the German website for German visa website, where all the information which is given is crystal clear, and I was able to, I mean, without confusion, I was able to manage everything on my own. Name the companies or consultancies that you've approached. So these are the set of questions which were asked from me. Okay, not very tricky, but yes, at times it depends upon the German visa people who are taking your interview, they are a little strict. Okay, if some you can make out while talking, you can make out if some they are very strict, then maybe you have to be very particular in terms of giving your answer. You have to be appropriate, respectful, okay, decently dressed. Okay, all those things are counted. Okay, so I mean, whenever you're going for the visa, be well dressed, talk politely, no matter what they say. Sometimes they test your patience, no matter what they say. Okay, you have to be very polite in your approach. Okay. So I personally think I have covered most of the things. If you think I have missed out on something, you can always ask me questions. I am here for another 5 minutes. But I think 9:45 we can stop. I have a call. So team, you have any questions or anything you want me to add, or I can give explanation.
So friends, now it is your time to speak. Harish, would you like to speak? Do you have any question?
Okay.
Oh.
I see in the chat, I see a question from Shiv. After getting visa, is it mandatory to visit Germany within a specific tenure? I would say the answer is yes, because the chances of getting job will be more if you are there. Okay. As an employer, they are more insecure if you are giving interviews from here, because you will be giving multiple interviews and the surety of joining them will be less. So because even if you confirm, okay, sometimes it may happen that you join some other firm. Okay, so if you're there, they can ask you to come whenever you want, and they can and see, that also makes sense. If you are there in Germany, that means you are available for the job immediately, right? If you are in India, they're not sure when you are available for the job or when you will be able to travel, right? So that is one more factor. I don't say that being in India you cannot get job. No, in the current situation we cannot travel. Like I'm sitting here, I was supposed to travel in June, but I'm still sitting here waiting for I'm just applying from here. But yes, if I travel there, I think I will get more positive calls rather than this one. So there will be more chances of getting job.
Nimesh, tell me one thing. What is the validity of job seekers visa? Today, if I get the job seeker visa, what will be its validity?
6 months.
6 months. 6 months from the date of issue?
From the date of, no, not from the date of issue. When they issue your visa, or when you open the visa stamp will be there. On the stamp, your start date and end date will be given.
6 months from the date of travel?
From the date of, not from the date of travel, date of stamp.
Okay, date of stamp.
Suppose today I go to, they have asked me to come today to collect visa. If I go and collect the visa, I'll see the visa is clear. I mean, I've got my passport and German GSP is being stamped. So on that stamp, one date will be written. So suppose my date was 6th of June. I got my visa in March, just before the lockdown, 1 week before the lockdown, I got my visa. Okay, and the date start. When you go for interviews, they will ask you when do you want to start. Okay, so I had given, I want to start for 6th of June. He gave me that date for June start.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Hello,
always make sure your start date, your appointment booking date, not appointment in the sense accommodation booking date should be same. So whenever you're booking the accommodation, that date and whatever date you want to give to the visa people, it should be same.
Okay. So
okay,
Samar
so
also wants.
That is to make them understand that you have planned your things properly.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So Samar also have a question. Samar, you may please speak now.
Sir, is there no chance for fresher in Germany? Actually, sir, I completed my master's in 2018.
No, I don't say there is no chance, but yes, there are less chances. For freshers, Canada is more preferable. Canada normally prefers all freshers, mainly because they personally feel, see, already Canada is one of the richest countries in the world. They have lots of money, but they have very less people for the main reason, the climate. So they think the youngsters will be able to sustain the climate much better than compared to the older people. So if you are 40, if anyone is 40 plus, okay, they are probably the eligibility criteria for Canada reduces, but the eligibility criteria for Germany increases. Okay. So I definitely don't want to demoralize saying that you don't have a chance. Okay, but yeah, I would say the chances are less.
And anyone else, any other question?
Yeah, I see a question from Sunil Kumar. The type of job is contract or permanent? I think it totally depends upon the employer. Okay. So this is
one question here, Nimish. So what is the best time to arrive there? Like I'm going on that visa and I want to look for opportunity. So can you suggest between that range so that like when we have the more opportunities over there?
See, if you see global market, the high and lows are at the same time. In India, whenever you see market is high, it is high everywhere. Whenever you see market in US, Europe, India, everywhere, during Christmas, it is the lowest. So if you start, if you get your visa start date in October or something, you have very less chance because November, December, January, market is down. Then it comes up only after February. Apart from that, everything else is fine. So mainly December and January, you should not target. Okay, if you get a visa in December and January, they are competitive because it is totally shut. The market is totally shut. They don't recruit anyone, and I think there are no projects because that is their vacation time, and they don't compromise on their vacation, whether it is 1 day or 1 month.
Yeah.
I hope I have answered your question.
Yes.
Hi, Nimesh. Thanks for sharing the information. I had one query. Is that the driving license thing is also mandatory in Germany, right?
No, I don't. No, it's not mandatory. See, I'll tell you my personal experience.
I guess what level it is.
No, that's a valid question. Okay. In Europe, UK and Europe, you can drive on Indian license. Okay, for 1 year. Okay. Beyond that, you will have to apply for a new license, and that should be in Germany only. So Indian license is valid for 1 year. 1 year you can hire a car, you can drive, but if you want to buy a car, you will have to apply for license there. Okay, on Indian license you cannot buy a car. Okay, but you can definitely hire lots of cars. I am very fond of driving, so every week I used to hire new cars. So I think I covered entire UK in cars. So.
Okay. Thank you. So, any idea which domain is better for business analyst in Germany? I think the automobile is the most prominent over there, but any suggestion or any like you have experienced something you can share here?
Yes, automobile topmost, then artificial intelligence, robotics. Okay, because in most of the Germany is very famous for cars. We all know. Okay, so Germany, entire Europe is very famous for all these cars. Okay, so mostly they use robotics there. So robot, if you have any good idea of robotics, you will have the first priority. Okay, financial domain always. Okay, it will never go down. It will always be like stagnant. Okay, in finance also, if you see like insurance domain and all, it is always balanced. Okay, and then third thing is telecom. I am from telecom background. I have been working in telecom domain from past almost 8 to 10 years now. Okay, so telecom domain is also, and fourth one is healthcare. So these are a few domains which are like very prominent. So mainly automobiles, artificial intelligence, okay, robotics, financial, and telecom and healthcare. Okay, so this is the like sequence which you can say like in terms of priority.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. If you have a very quick second, this is regarding the language skills. So you mentioned that in the major cities in Germany, English is preferred, but as a business analyst and as a project manager, what is the level of English language? Is it comfortable to deal with the stakeholders and the other parties concerned? So what is the level of English required if you do not have any German background, A1, A2?
Yeah.
So do you still manage to deliver your assignments in English and be comfortable in dealing with stakeholders? Thank you.
Yeah, the most, I mean, in terms of proficiency, you have to be proficient in A1 and A2 at least. That is the bare minimum. But if you are up to B1 and B2, you will be highly accepted. I mean, they emphasize too much on communication. Okay, so if you have a good communication skill, see, work-wise, anyone can do anything. Okay, but if you are good at language, you are more preferred.
So how difficult, how easy is A1, A2?
I have completed up to A2. I don't say it is very difficult. You can learn from through YouTube. You don't have to join anywhere else, frankly speaking. Okay, I mean, there also you can save some money, 14 plus 14, 28,000 at least. Okay, and then B1 and B2 probably yes. We don't have too many YouTube videos on B1 and B2. So for that, you might have to join some center where you can learn more proficiently. But there are few books like which are very good if you want to learn German.
Day as a business analyst or project manager, you need to present in German language to a certain extent.
Sorry?
I'll repeat the question. Am I audible?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So in a typical day of a business analyst or a project manager, okay, you have your scrum meetings and your daily meetings. So to what extent is German language used? And this A1, A2, to at least like have a rough idea of a 10 to 20% in every day on a daily basis?
See, A1, A2 is only grammar, okay. And beyond that, if you want to go, see, if you want to talk fluent, you have to be at least till B2. So if you are into a job where you have to talk more, you need to know at least up to B2. For A1 and A2, the best
that was my fundamental.
Yes. So A1, A2.
So that was my fundamental question. On a daily basis, as a business, I'm taking a practical scenario, right? We sit with the stakeholders, and what is a typical day like as a business analyst or project manager? When you communicate to your stakeholders, maybe your team members, whoever it is, do you need to speak in German or English is sufficient? Let me very simple.
That again depends on. There are two couple of criteria. One is the company that you're working for. Your stakeholders are like mostly from German, or it could be around the world. If it is from different locations or different locations of the world, different countries, English you can manage with. Okay, in IT sector, and second thing, the place where you are located, like places like Berlin, Frankfurt, and Munich, these places they still manage with English. But if you are located in some countryside location or maybe some highlands or somewhere, there you will have to know German. It will be very difficult for you to manage with English. But yes, to travel it is not mandatory. But after traveling, you can definitely join their training centers where you can learn German proficiently. Most of the people they do that. See, because if you start learning German and if you're not using it, see, if you start learning in India, where do you use it? Language is something which you will learn only if you start using it. So here at home, me and my wife, both of us are learning together, and we are like using it on a day-to-day basis. So slowly we have started learning, but again, it is not that easy. And the approach that I followed for A1 and A2 is one is like YouTube, and second one there is a book called Net's Work. So that book is very good. It is available for A1 and A2. And it's really very good. I'll write the name here in chat. It's available in Amazon also. I hope you got my message. Yeah. Okay. So
thank you, Nimesh. Yeah, let me say in German, "Danke."
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, team. Is there anything else? I have a call in next 5 minutes, so I can quickly answer 1 or 2 questions more if you want.
Oh, I believe there aren't any more questions. So Nimesh, thank you for basically conducting this session for all of us. And friends, as it looks that the German job seeker visa is something, if you have more than 5 years of experience, and if you have attained 18 years of age, and you have a bachelor's or a master's degree, and something like Euro 4,000 in your bank account, you are eligible to apply for this German job seeker visa. In addition to this bare minimum eligibility, it is advisable that you obtain A1 and A2 level proficiency of German language, because that will be preferred. And there are 2 options to go for this job seeker visa. One is that you can go through a consulting company, or you may do it on your own. with the guidance of Nimesh, as he has shared his experience with all of us at QBI, our QBI students and a few outsiders. You see, I think if I were to apply, so I'm very well settled in India, so I do not have any intention to do that. I think many of you will feel confident that you can do this on your own.